to the All-Star break here in the 2030 season. We opened the month of July. We actually did lose a series here to the A's. But the A's are a good team. They're not bad, 49-49, but they got dudes. If they could just pitch, they would be really dangerous. But they hit the ball very well. Chris Booth is a guy we have an eye on. Ignore the purple hats. I was trying to fix it so they would have a logo, and I made it purple somehow. So, what are you going to do? But they got Kurtz, Langoliers, who's a dog, Zalude, who we know about, DeVries, who's a dog, who they got in the Mason Miller trade, Soderstrom, who we know about, and Southacene, who's like elite contact. So this lineup is terrifying. It's just like if you had 3 pitchers, you could be super legit. In terms of All-Stars, we actually had the top vote getter in Elly De La Cruz. So that was an achievement that I unlocked that I had never really had before, which was really cool. So Elly De La Cruz, obviously in the All-Star game. Let's take a look at the rosters. We have Jesus Luzardo make it. He's been excellent this year. Shouldn't be a surprise. Who else do we have? We have Dylan Cruz, no surprise. Elly De La Cruz. Our Cruzes get in. And I think that's it. I kind of expected to have more with how good everyone's been. I think Luke Keeschel got snubbed because Luke Keeshel's been really fine this year, and Rafael is hurt. That's not a good look. But Luke Keeshel's been awesome. I figured he would get a vote. And more of a snub than that, how the hell is Andrew Painter not in the All-Star game? He's very popular. Wow, that's ridiculous to me that he's not. He is not there. Did he get votes? No? Oh, wait. Yeah, no. That is insane that he didn't make the team. Wow. Prospects, let's see if we have anyone. Ivan Gonzalez, no surprise there. Number 11 prospect. He could literally come over and play A-ball. Like, he could. But he's 16, so I'm not going to rush him. Ivan Roshan, no surprise here. He's our guy. Balling at high A. I'm so excited for him to develop. Who else do we got? I think that's it for prospects. I don't see anyone else. That game did happen in Alejandro De Jesus, the catcher that we know about. He won the MVP for the game. Roshan won 1 for 4 with a ribby, so that's good to see. Ivan Gonzalez got credited with the win, so all good things. But yeah, let's see the the results from the All-Star weekend, and then we'll pretty much immediately get to the draft as Michael Busch wins the home run derby. We actually get a good find here, the Venezuelan Italian. But let's see the All-Star game. Let's see who won the game and gets home field advantage, and it will be the American League team, as Bel Gonzalez, the elite contact bat for the Kansas City Royals, wins the game's MVP. Let's take a look at the box score, see if we did anything. Elly De La Cruz went 0 for 3. Dylan Cruz 0 for 2. And Luzardo pitched 1 inning shutout. So, Twins represented well there. But that's kind of the All-Star break. We have less than a week until the draft here once we return back to Minnesota to play Detroit. So we'll be back for that. Kind of forgot that, it's the All-Star break. We should probably check in around the league, so let's do that quick. The Blue Jays and Orioles battling the top of the East. Red Sox and Yankees are hanging around. Obviously in the Central, we're looking excellent. We're atop of that by 9 games over Detroit. The Astros lead the West, so they're looking to get back to the height of baseball. They won it all 2 years ago, and then what were they last year? I think they were just terrible. They were 68-93 a year after winning the World Series, and now they're back. So, interesting team. I don't know. So Correa's still doing it. I wonder if Altuve is still doing it. Is he hurt? What happened to Jose Altuve? Did he retire? He did. Wow. Jose Altuve retired. So now they were looking to do it without him. That'll be interesting to see. And let's go back to the rest of the league. League leaders, obviously you see Dylan Cruz and Elly De La Cruz up here. Roman Anthony's hitting .351. Just ridiculous. Hopefully he stays healthy, man. he's been hurt a bunch in this save. Definitely unfortunate. Asbel Gonzalez and Gunnar Henderson up here, kind of the usual suspects for home runs. Zalud up here for WAR. I mean, this guy's insane. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Who else? Gunnar Henderson, Dalton Varsho mentioned. Dylan Watts, who's been so freaking good for Houston. Tarek Skubal, no surprise. Pitcher WAR is led by Andrew Painter, but he's not an all-star. So, yeah, no awards for Andrew Painter with how good he's been. But there's not like Silver Slugger for pitchers, you know? So, like, it's tough to get awards that aren't all-star games and, you know, the Cy Young. Excuse me. In the National League, the Nationals atop the East. A few teams hanging around. The Brewers lead the Central. Pirates are stopping the big train as of right now. Cubs, the whole division's in this. So, the Cardinals spent an ungodly amount of money this offseason, and it doesn't seem like it's really turning out for them. They're pretty healthy. I guess Bo Bichette's probably the best name that they got, and he's only played 16 games. So, once he returns, expect to see St. Louis maybe jump back up. And the Giants are still holding off the Dodgers just by 2 games. So, the West is definitely a battle. Austin Hanscom, one of the best in baseball right now, leading the league in batting. Steve Wall. Should I make another John Wall joke? I should, but I won't. He's second. Acuna's still doing it. Acuna's had one hell of a career. Makes you forget that he's only 32. He's been doing this forever. It sucks that he's wrecked because he's been lights out in this save. The WAR numbers and the hitting numbers are definitely down in the NL compared to the American League. But Steve Wall is leading things in WAR. Maikel Garcia, a guy that we targeted a year ago here. Pitching-wise, Jim Young at the top for Washington. Waldrop and the Miz up top. And Jim Young leads the league more with, Quintana and Skeens behind him. So that's kind of how the league is looking. It's a different type of year for our Twins. We can actually look and be like, oh, who might we play if we make it to the playoffs now? Do we get a bye? We're definitely going to try to be somewhat aggressive in the trade deadline, but I don't think that we're going to add anything in the lineup. And Rafael wasn't hurt, by the way. I don't know what. He had gout. Okay. Okay, then. I don't think we want to add anything to the lineup. The lineup has no issues. Maybe get like a 5th starter, but Sal's been fine, and you're not going to use 5 starters when it comes to October baseball. So I think maybe one bullpen arm makes sense. Just like another back end guy that you can trust, and then you pair him with Kirkering, who gets back in literally a day. And then, we have Doug Schneider coming back up too. We've got a lot going on. Let's get to the draft first. All right, we've made it to draft day. We've lost another series here to the White Sox. Definitely not ideal start, but 2 1-run losses, can't take too much merit in that. I think we're going to go ahead and bring back Doug Schneider. I think Antonacci is actually going to be the one we bring down, and then we're just going to kind of rearrange things a little bit. It'll look easier once we do it. Divers' ratings went down, and I don't really know why. They said they went up. Anyway. But he's the guy. We're starting him over Antonacci, and he's not been necessarily hitting well. And, if he's just, a backup bat, why not go get a better backup bat in Doug Schneider? So we're going to bring Doug back up here and then fix the lineup and then do the draft. All right, we're ready for the first-year player draft. Where are we picking this year? We have the 11th pick. Portland's up top. There's a lot of first-round picks here. There's a lot of comp picks, a lot of prospect incentive picks, I'm sure. Picks lost. Damn, the Mets couldn't sign. No, because they lost these guys. They lost Mason Miller, Matt Olson, Nate Eovaldi, Maikel Garcia. Or no, they got him. That's what it is. That's my bad. Additional picks, look at all these first-round picks that are added in. Let's take a look, at the mock draft. They have us going Manny Camacho, Silent Mike, kind of a fire nickname. Went to Notre Dame or wants to go to Notre Dame. So we have no problems with that. Shout out to Fighting Irish. Love the Fighting Irish. They're going to do it again this year, guys. Don't you worry. Watch college football. They're going to make it in. They're going to go all the way. Anyway, I'm sure that's annoying. Why are these guys down here? Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Sortable list. We have guys we like. These are all batters. Let's look at all players. Obviously DeFore would be the pick and the fastest of fast. He will 100% be gone before us. But there's different guys that we like, so we'll hopefully one of them comes to us, ideally multiple, and then we can decide from there. So let's dive in. Portland at 1 goes Doylan Qualls. What a name. We mentioned that before. Just stellar name. He's the 1-1. Mike Kubiak. Wonder if it's Gary Kubiak and Clint Kubiak's other brother. Shout out the Seahawks for what they're doing. Clint Kubiak, OC there. Joe Bessinger goes at 3 here. Where to? To Houston's. Houston's balling, and now they get the 3rd pick and draft a stud shortstop. So, shout out them. Jorge Hernandez heading to Philly. Washington goes a guy named Israel Rodriguez. He's a gentleman Dave, though. Tampa goes Kelly Butler. We can speed through these. San Antonio, Noah Riggins. Tommy Hoover to L.A. You know what? I fixed this. Hold on. Big Train. I thought I fixed that their settings where this will be like CLM, so it doesn't look like Colorado's picking. Anyway, how do I go? There we go. But they go Jeremy Adams, who a guy that we really liked, so that's a good get for them. And then Colorado, 1 pick before us, goes another guy that we really liked in the first baseman, Justin Brooks. But that's all right. I feel like we have to go Joe, right? Like, I can't overthink this. Like, I've literally never seen this. OSA thinks this control is more of an issue than we do. But literally, like, you can make this work with 40 control. There's no way I don't do this. Like, I physically have to take Joe DeFore. Some of the other guys, Dave Lively looks really good as well. Like, Dave is, as interesting of a prospect for me. But the 50 home run, it's not developed yet. He's also got my mom's birthday. So shout out Dave and shout out my mother. Grant, no. Tyler Hall, I wouldn't take here. Who else I think that's all. All we have is pitchers. Linares maybe will be there in the 2nd round. Not someone I'm going to take right here. I'm just doing it. We're not going to overthink it. Joe DeFore, Minnesota Twin. Yeah, that's a slam dunk. I think that's a slam dunk for us. Let's get to the 2nd round. I'm curious. So Tyler Hall immediately goes to Pittsburgh. Who were the other guys we had listed again? Inabit. Is that really Inabit? I don't know how to say this guy's name. Excuse me. Who was the other guy? Was it Dave Lively that we really liked? Okay. So Dave Lively's a dog, and he's going to the Angels. Of course he is. All right, let's get back to our pick. Let's see if we have anyone here that we wanted. It doesn't look like it. So where'd that center fielder go? Forget his name. But where did he? Okay, he went to Arizona. Linares did, so we were never having a chance there. Let's keep looking at pitchers for a moment. See if there's any. There's some legit pitchers here. 3-pitch guy, fly ball, no thank you. Phil Neese is interesting. I don't like that he's 22 and this underdeveloped, I think that's it for pitchers, college level. Maybe David. I just don't like that. Let's look at all the bats here. Damon Ron, kind of a fire name. Reynaldo Sepulveda, if he played better defense, I think would be someone I'd be very interested in. Let's go to all players and not just college. Jamie Zimmerman is an 80 potential guy, 2-way player. Definitely interesting, but I don't think I'm gonna take try that. So this guy, Pablo Mendez, seems interesting, but no. Tristan Clark doesn't look too bad. He's probably not a second baseman, but he's committed to the U of M. So shout out Tristan Clark. Aaron Borey looks interesting, but again, the contact or the strikeouts is really annoying. But like, I don't know what else we go for, to be honest, because there's not a lot here that is like wowing me. That like, yeah, it was definitely a top heavy draft class. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, I think that might just be the pick because I don't really like any of this. Rich Audit is somewhat interesting. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Aaron Borey here. We're just going to... I know I literally just like said no to a different guy because of the K per 9s. But he's got the speed, he's got the gap, the eye, the power, high work ethic, good enough defense. I'm going to draft Aaron Borey here. We'll bring him into Minnesota. Well, as long as he signs, I should say. But there we go. Aaron Borey has been selected. Let's get back to us. So this 80 potential two-way player is still available, which is interesting. Caleb Fox, 80 potential power. I'm curious about like some elite defense guys. Mike Watts, two-way guy. Not two-way, but like infield and outfield guy. Damn, there's really nothing. Sometimes you can get an 80 potential guy like here or 80 outfield range in the second or third, but not today, I guess. Chad Garrett, no. Like, I don't know. I feel like this class isn't what last year's was. Maybe it's just because we have a higher pick, or a lower pick. Gabe Gellings is interesting, I guess. Let's look at pitchers. I think David Flores is interesting enough. Maybe 3-pitch pitcher, 22. Like he could kind of be something, I guess. I don't know. Let's just look at all starters. Gene Fouch is a reliever long term. Yeah, I'm just not blown away by any of these guys in this class, to be honest with you. Yeah, this is a little disappointing. I think we're just gonna go best player available and just take the 80 potential guy and trust our scout maybe. He wants us to go Honchel though, who is interesting in his own right, I guess. You know what? I might just trust the scout here because I don't really know where to go. And Honchel was something who was interesting. He's second best guy here. So yeah, let's not overthink it. We'll go with what the scout thinks. Honchel. We'll meet his demand. Back to us again. And the 80 potential guy is still here. So OSA must hate him. No, they really don't. They just think he's probably... Hold on, I can't set his position to a pitcher. Huh. But the control could be 55. That could be 50. Not really a pitcher, though. That's kind of the issue. Like, what is he? I don't know. I don't know if I love that. I think I'm going to wait. Let's see what the recommendation is. Sean Lameau. I don't like that very much, I'll be honest. Durable guy, Roger Bland. I don't hate it. The eye is definitely an issue. I think we're gonna do it. I like Roger Bland. Let's go Roger Bland. Let's see if he can get some spice instead. Meet his demand. We'll do like 2 more picks here, and that 88 potential guy went. I kind of want to draft a reliever again. This guy's 18. Why do you want to go to Kent State? What's going on at Kent State? I think Joe Rooks might be better. No, I don't think so. I think we'll go with the Kent State guy, Jonathan Flem. If you guys didn't know, Flem is not spelled like that. And I learned that this year from my girlfriend. Isn't that insane that Flem isn't spelled like this? Why would we spell it in any other way? Ridiculous. Jonathan Flem is a twin. All right, I'll do one more pick, and then I'll do the rest off screen. Let's see here. I kind of want to get some defense. But damn, Greg Klein is 80 infield range. Not someone I'm going to take here. Power potential. Caleb Fox just has, I just think Jimmy Fox when I read his name because of the double X. And it feels kind of wrong not to take the guy. I don't think he's going to be very good. And I keep drafting guys with this avoid K issue. And I mean, I'm like, even this guy seems interesting to me. I should probably stop doing that, to be fair. Man, I don't know. Who do we take, man? This is tough. I kind of think some of these guys are pretty good down here, though, I'll be honest. I wish they just played better defense, man. That'd make my life so much easier. I like Bob Osmond, though. He just doesn't play defense. Let's go back here. Caleb Fox, you're joining the team. All right, I'll do the rest on my own here and hop back in. Guys, look, he's got my name. Have you ever seen that? We have to draft him. I know I usually do like the recap at the end, but he's literally got what my name is. We're one of one. I'm fully whacked. He's fully Johnson. He's got to come home. We're doing it. All right, we've completed the draft. Let's take a look at some of the guys that we got after. Corey Chavez, one of the guys we drafted afterwards. Drew Donovan, he has a forkball, and that was just far too interesting to pass up. He'll start at A-ball. Got him. Fully Johnson, obviously we had to go and get. He will not be at AA to start his career. But we got him. Who else? Jose De Santiago was interesting enough. 18-year-old, got him. Nowicki, I mean, nothing too interesting. The class kind of fell off a little bit. Excuse me. But still some interesting guys. I think the top guys we got are the best ones. I mean, obviously we got Joe DeFore, who is probably going to be up in September. We just have to be realistic. This is an unbelievable player. Yeah, that's kind of the draft this year. So let's get to us making some trades, ideally. So let's see what we can cook up here for the Twins. And Doug Schneider, in his first game back, he goes 2 for 4, 3 ribbies, and a home run. So nice to have him back, and we got the win. So all's well. We got an injury that just hit. Liam Peterson strained his bicep. It's a day-to-day thing, but it's 4 weeks and has a pretty good impact on his throwing. So we will lose Liam Peterson for about a month. The call will be Ben Blair, most likely. Yeah, it'll be Ben Blair, and he'll get his first shot of pitching in the Major League rotation and not in the bullpen anymore. Hayashi is fine. I was just curious what his day-to-day was because I hadn't seen it yet. But yeah, he's fine. Whole lineup's great. But yeah, Liam Peterson down for about a month. All right, guys, we have a trade. And like I said, we're going to go get a reliever, a good one in the back end. And we got maybe the best. Cade Smith is coming in. He's just a dog. We noted that he signed with Portland in the offseason. Thought it was a bit of a weird move. As of right now, we're ecstatic that he did because Portland will do this deal. We're going to send Bonita, that we mentioned, as a prospect that OSA loves, but our scout and we just don't. He's 20 now. I thought he was fragile, but it was just the tired marker here. 3-pitch pitcher, finesse pitcher with 35 control. Yeah, we said we were probably going to trade him, and here is that trade. And he's netting us Cade Smith, who we don't have to pay a dime to. So Cade Smith is joining the Minnesota Twins. In terms of a notable trade that we didn't make, now vet and nearing retirement 40-year-old Zach Wheeler was also with Portland. I don't even think I knew that. But he is being sent to Boston. So one of the better pitchers of this generation, joining a new team, heading to Boston after really good, half year in Portland. They gave up just some lower level prospects, but another team in the American League that, we're doing battle with potentially, here on this list making moves. And we're about to play them, so that's important to note. He probably won't pitch in this series unless it's Game 3, but we are about to play these guys, so makes it interesting. Very good team, obviously. Roman Anthony is a dog, but yeah. And literally on the first play or the first game, we won 3-1. We mentioned Roman Anthony, and he immediately gets hurt. So yeah, sorry for Boston fans who are watching. It's just like you're right there, but you can't get it. So Roman Anthony should be like, I don't even know, Albert Pujols, but left-handed. I don't even know how to like get a comp for this because it's really one of one. Miguel Cabrera, left-handed, just completely unbelievably good. So not ideal for Boston. Not ideal here. Gabe Gonzalez, one of our more consistent bats in this lineup, is shut down for 6 weeks. He's been awesome. He's slowed down a touch, but this is still like very good. On pace for damn near 2020 season. Out of a DH spot too. So Gabe Gonzalez shut down. We're gonna throw him on the IL. We just swept Boston, mind you. Here we go. Did he just throw a no-no? Oh, no. I put him at high A to start. He's made 3 starts. I think he can move his way up. Sorry, we're getting distracted, but I just saw that. We'll move him up to double A. I didn't want to like immediately put him at triple A or something and then be like, oh, my God, he's going to be terrible. But this guy's, oh, my God, he's the man. Anyway, we're getting distracted. We're just going to move our guy Doug into the starting role here. He'll just be the DH every day. And then I think I'm probably going to bring Quentin Young could come up even. Quentin Young's been awesome. We got some interesting guys down here who are ready. But I think Antonacci is probably the one that makes the most sense. He was just up, and we could use that infield depth because we don't really have anyone who is just a raw bench player for our infield. Andy Carey, who drafted in the 4th round a couple seasons ago, was up at AAA. I don't even think he's on my short list. No, he is. I just don't remember putting him at AAA. Oh, I do. That's a lie. Anyway, he was our 4th round pick, however, many years ago, and he's now coming, and he's elite defense. So if we need that, we have that. But I'm getting distracted. Antonacci's up. He'll be back up, and we'll sort this all out. But Doug Schneider is now full-time DH because of Gabe Gonzalez going down. There's a lot of trades rolling through right now, and I just wanted to hop in and say I think we're done trading. We kind of made our move. Our team is very good, so I trust who we have, who we already brought up. I think our rotation is fine. I have no complaints with it. The starting 5 I really think is good. Let's take a look at the team stats here. Pitching has been our strength with an elite lineup. So I don't really want to make a change to it. Our starters have the number 1 ERA. I'm not going to bring anyone else in. Cade Smith, I think, is going to be our only move. The lineup I have 0 problems with. Everyone's doing fine. If your main issue is that your catcher should be hitting better, I think that's a good issue to have. I think that's a good if that's as bad as it gets, I think we're fine. So I'm not going to make any changes. I think this lineup is built for playoff baseball, and certainly think this bullpen and rotation is as well. Ben Blair, we can give a quick little update on how he's doing as a starter. Really solid, to be honest. To be fair, he's been really good. Definitely, where he should be long term. It's just we're kind of stuffed up right now. But yeah, Ben Blair's been really good. But let's get to the deadline. We've won 5 straight, swept Boston, won this game over Cleveland. But yeah, let's keep rolling. And we've won again over Cleveland, and Borafren is one player of the week. Everything's kind of going our way right now. We're first in the power rankings. I know I keep butting in here at the end of July, but it's been a fun one. Doug Schneider just had a 2 home run day. If you look at his numbers, he's been pretty unbelievable. I'm sure there will be some people who looked at this and maybe didn't like the draft pick when we made it, but 30 games into his career, I'm willing to say that I'm A-okay with doing it. I think his eye is really saving, the inability to make contact and strike out, or the ability to really strike out. So yeah, let's hope he just keeps trucking, and we keep doing the same. Speak of the devil, we finished this series over Cleveland. They're not very good, so sweep is expected. But the notable thing is Doug Schneider just hit 2 more home runs. So I think I'm going to just keep doing, what is the word I'm looking for here? I don't know. I lost it. I was going to talk some smack about, what a pick it was. I literally think day to day his overall just went up. Did it not? I think it literally did. I think you guys, literally, I was here 2 minutes ago looking at him, and then he hit another 2-homer game. And then it was like his contact has gotten even better. Because I think it has. This was at 40 a day ago. He was not at 54 overall a day ago. I'm a day apart from this. And he just hit another 2-homer game. And our scout's like, oh, right, he's big dog. So, yeah, good to see. Yeah, and we've finally reached the end of July here. A very good one again for our team. And we get that scouting update that, we weren't crazy, and Doug Schneider did get much better. Quentin Young is on his way up, by the way. He's getting better. We have a lot of positives here. It seems like Slade Caldwell's getting better. Cool. We kind of have the spot filled right now. A negative one here, Sergey, who we were really happy to get a year ago. Not doing as well as you would hope, and his potential's way down. What was it when we drafted him? Yeah. So, not ideal, but, can't win them all. Jesse Shoup, who we're very excited about, though, he's not having any issues. He's someone who could be, ready for AA here soon. But, yeah, that's just kind of a quick little player development. Player of the month, Langford, Springer, Maley, Sheehan, Hall, and Torres. So, Jose Torres is someone I don't know, international guy. Brandon Hall is also someone I'm not familiar with. Second-round pick in 2027 for the Yanks. But I just wanted to do a quick look around the league, and then we'll kind of run through August. We're still top here. Blue Jays, Orioles, Red Sox, kind of Blue Jays and Orioles. Astros and Rangers at the top here. We're kind of seeing a lot of Minnesota Twins over here. Andrew Painter, Brandon Sprout, Jesus Luzardo, 3 starting pitchers in the league leaders. So, yeah, that's good. Ellie De La Cruz is on a bit of a heater as well. So he is trying to maybe go hunt down an MVP award, which would be incredible for our team. Luke Keeschel up here as well. I want to point out how good he has been. He's been awesome this season. He's got an 800 OPS. Washington atop the East. Phillies and Mets kind of hanging around. The Brewers, the big train. Cardinals around. Pittsburgh's around. The Dodgers have overtaken the Giants as of right now. Hanscom and not John Wall. Steve Wall up here. Randy DeJesus, Rule 5 pick. Second in the league in homers for Philly. Hanscom atop here. Hanscom might win the MVP over John Wall. Or, sorry, not John. Steve. Jim Young's still atop. Marco Acevedo, who was Portland's kind of guy that they just had on the roster once they expanded. So, cool look around the league. We're going to kind of try to speed through August a little bit and just hope, we keep doing what we're doing. If you want an update on Cade Smith, he's been exactly who we thought he was. Like one more homer than we'd like, but the whip is down. Like he's fine. We have no complaints with Cade Smith. So yeah, things are looking pretty good. And Joe DeFore just got his second, complete game shutout since joining the organization here at AA. I think, one start's good enough at AA for him. Let's get the kid up to AAA. I can almost guarantee you he's someone that'll be up for the September call-ups. Look at his Ks. I mean, we might have a dude. I mean, that's not just his second total. That's second back-to-back. So 18 innings, 1 walk, 27 Ks in his last 2 professional starts. That just doesn't happen. We're calling him up to AAA. If we need help, I'm going to him. God, I think we got a stud. And it's about, we're on August 5th, and we have gotten just another 2 home run game for Doug Schneider. I can't really explain to you the run that he's on right now. But, since, the 26th through the 4th, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 home runs in about a week and a half. So, yeah, I think when Gabe Gonzalez comes back, his job might have been snatched. We have a guy on pace for 20 homers in 50 games. Ridiculous. Just absolutely ridiculous. Another prospect update here. This time not a very good one. Danny Buezo, former international free agent signing, 80 potential guy, tore his labrum, so he'll be shut down for 5 months. He was up at high A, just kind of doing just fine. But definitely not ideal. A guy that we really, really like. And he's shut down for the rest of the year. We're about, 2 weeks into August. Liam Peterson is back. We're going to give him an IL or an IL stint. He's off the IL, Jack. I'm going to put him to a rehab assignment in the minors. Give him, a start or two down there before he comes up. His replacement was Ben Blair, and I think in this Houston game, he had his best start yet, 6 1/3 shutout. So he hasn't been doing bad at all as a starter. Definitely where he thrives this year in the majors. Yeah, he's a starting pitcher. It sucks that we don't really have a spot for him. But we'll see. It's not really an issue for right now. It's an issue for the offseason and what we want to build. But Liam Peterson will be back here shortly. And another guy who I want to point out has been on a tear. If we go to the game log here, Dylan Cruz is just hitting homers a bunch, getting a ton of hits. His OPS is bumped from 840 to 900 in a couple weeks. Dylan Cruz balling out. So one of our guys that we're paying the most money to. Definitely contributing. I would love to see him get to a 30-30 year. I don't get how this guy gets caught stealing all the time. But yeah, Dylan Cruz doing the thing. Guys, look how good he is. Just look how good he is. 3 starts at AAA has been excellent. Striking out everybody. It's crazy what we have on our hands. I was going to give the update that we're going to send Ben Blair down. He just got shelled and bring Liam Peterson back up. But DeFore is literally calling. I'm going to give him a 40-man spot just so if we get to the postseason and we bring him up for September and he's excellent like we think he will be, that he could probably be on the playoff roster. We haven't clinched a spot yet, but we're going to. I mean, knock on wood. But we've been so good. So let's just let's keep going. We just won a 17-9 game, put up 8 in the 11th. But yeah, we're doing okay. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. For the first time in this save, the Minnesota Twins are going to be playing playoff baseball. What a season it's been. It's not over yet, so let's not get too up and going. But this is just step 1 of the process. Step 2 is executing in the playoffs and getting ourselves, to the promised land. 95 wins already, and we still got 3 weeks of baseball to play. Liam Peterson's struggling, and guys, I want to do it so bad. Liam Peterson's great. He's great. He's awesome. He's going to AAA for the next few weeks. He'll be up in September. Joe DeFore is up. Look at what he's doing, guys. Look at what he's doing. I have to see what he is. Joe DeFore is up. But yeah, we clinched playoffs. We're incredible. Everyone on the team is awesome. I'm so happy. I think Andrew Painter should legitimately win the Cy Young this year. He's on a 7.5 WAR pace. The per nines are incredible. I think he's second or third in the league in ERA. He's so good. He's unbelievably good. I've been trying, literally all of our players who've been balling out this year, like Ellie, I've been like, oh, would you? And they're not listening to anything yet because, they have so much time left. But yeah, our guy, Joe DeFore, is up in the majors, and the Minnesota Twins have won the AL Central. And there's his first start, 6 innings, 9 Ks, 2 earned, 2 walks, allowed 2 homers, so this is going to be annoyed with him. 70 home runs allowed. We're just going to call that a fluke. I want to make sure that he is not pitching around. He's got 4 elite pitches. The movement's unbelievable. I still just can't comprehend, why am I on editor, how this man fell to the 11th pick. Please just do the thing, Joe. I should really change his number, though, because 25 is not the number you should be wearing. Does anyone have 2? Okay. What if we did like 44? All right, Joe DeFore, number 44. 25 is Byron Buxton. We're not going to let someone take that. Like, ideally, I know the game automatically retires numbers when people retire. How do I even look at that? Oh, here it is. I think you can do it on your own, but I don't remember how to do it. Oh, it's right here. Retire 25. Oh, I'm just going to say Byron Buxton. And I'm going to say GOAT. All right. Yeah, there we go. Because he's a Twins legend. He led us through the dark days, and now we're in the good days. Hopefully, let's keep it going. Yeah, let's get to the end of the year, and then we'll recap everything, and then we will prep for the next video, which will be the Twins in the playoffs. How amped up are we? All right, we're a few days later, 1 win away from 100. It's September 1st. We got a few things that I want to mention. One, Elly De La Cruz is somehow getting better. At 28, he's had an unbelievable year, the best of his career, and his power's up now. He's a 70 overall player. Joe DeFore is throwing the ball harder, so that's something to think about. Andrew Painter, after I talked about he's having a 7-WAR season, should win the Cy Young, had his worst start of his career. Not his career, but of the season. 6 earned, 2 homers allowed, so I might have completely jinxed him. But roster expansions here. We're going to – who the hell is Jim Terry? Oh, we do know Jim Terry. Sorry, Jim. What a year he's had. Oh, yeah, Jack Dreyer, pitcher of the month. So, dub. I love when it does that. So, we're going to – who should we bring up? I think I want to do Liam Peterson, obviously. And then we should get a bat up. I kind of want to get like I don't know. I was thinking Quentin Young, to be fair. And I think we're going to do that. Quentin Young, he was a first-round draft pick in the first year of this, or second-round pick, when we weren't drafting. He's not in the 40-man. And the 40-man's full. Can I remove someone? All right, Kalen Culpepper is going to get removed from the 40. And then we'll get Quentin Young up here. Those will be the moves we make as we have 2 weeks of baseball left to play. And then we will be prepping for the playoffs. Gabe Gonzalez is back. I just kind of stopped. I didn't start recording, but he's off the IR. He's going down to AAA. He, for one, is now fragile, which, okay, that does make sense. I guess I didn't realize how much he's been hurt. He's fragile now, but Doug's the guy. He's been hitting so well that I'm not replacing him in the lineup. And I like Chris Hart a lot, and I guess Quentin Young's up. But you know what? It's fine. We're just gonna ride it out. We just got win number 100, by the way. I didn't even see this. DeFore. Oh my goodness, guys! Like, are you kidding me? Oh yeah, Doug Schneider 2-homer day as well on this day. I see clearly. Anyway, Joe DeFore, second major league start, 8 innings, 11 Ks. Guys, he's on the playoff roster. Like, he's on the playoff roster. He has to be. My goodness, let's keep rolling. Yeah, my curse continues. Andrew Painter just got shelled for back-to-back starts. So I should never, ever speak on our players ever again, especially when it comes to awards. So, I'll take the blame on that. That one's my bad. All right, you guys see it. I want to, first and foremost, say I take 100% of the blame here. This is on me. I talked him up. He made 2 terrible starts, made a 3rd bad one, and got hurt. So we're losing Andrew Painter for the offs. That is certainly a blow. We got some guys dealing with day-to-day things as well. Diver's got a back that's bothering him. Not ideal. Man, I did not want to lose Andrew Painter as we're loading up. Yeah, that definitely stinks a little bit. But it's been a weird September. We've just kind of forgotten how to play baseball a little bit. So, we already have the first round bye. I want to point that out. But we are 2-7 this month. We have 3 games left on the year. And, Diber suffered a setback. He's not on the IL. I don't want to put him on the IL because he'll be like fine, you know? Like, he should be fine once it's playoff time because it's still like we won't play till like here. Let's get through the end of the year. We just can't win in September, guys. Okay, we win the last one. Achievements, 30-30 player Ellie De La Cruz. We're heading to the offs. Let's look at some of these things. Let's just quickly run through these. Batting title goes to 32-year-old Jeremy Pena in the American League. That came out of nowhere. So he must have had a red-hot second half. And then Austin Hanscom, a guy who could very well win the MVP despite only hitting like 14 home runs, which would be really cool to see. Led the league in WAR in the National League. But let's look at the Twins. 102-60. Definitely unprecedented for the start of this save. We didn't think we were able to do this. It's exactly in line with our Pythag. It's been a rough 5 years, but now we're here. Let's look at the team. Starting the leadoff spot, Dylan Cruz. What else is there to say about Dylan Cruz? He got the power numbers back up. That's what we asked of him. Just barely missing out on a 30-30 season again. Hit 268, on bases up, slugging's up, everything's up. 6 WAR season, best of his career. Earning every penny of this contract. Wonderful, wonderful season. Borafren was awesome. I'll be honest. What was the trade for Borafren? Remind me. Walker Jenkins was the trade for Borafren, who's put up 2, fine seasons. But Borafren definitely elevated this year. He was awesome. Like, let's just be honest. He was awesome. Great for us. Definitely a dude for us. Luke Keeschel in the 3 spot. He's back. Maybe he's back. Finally, the best season he's had since his 2027 season that got cut short. 32 bags, 30 doubles, 16 homers. A lot to like about the season that Luke Keeschel just had. Really good year. Ellie De La Cruz, what can we say about the guy? Like, what else? Like, he's so good, man. He's so good. So happy with this trade. Curious to see how some of these guys are doing. Castellanos in AA for him. De Albo in A-ball. Nobrega in high A. And Enrique was up. Backup catcher. Almost 1 WAR. So, feeling pretty good about this trade through 1 year. I mean, we traded prospects, so you can't be like, highest career home run number. Second highest career stolen base number. Best WAR he's ever had. Best OPS plus he's ever had. So, Ellie De La Cruz is the star of the team, and he proved it. Doug Schneider played 80 games and hit 25 homers. That's all you really need to know. And his power's up again. He's up to 80. Are you kidding me? Doug's awesome, man. Doug's awesome. 1.3 WAR season in 80 games as a DH. He'll be the DH next year. I'm just going to come out and say that now. Rafaela, almost a 4 WAR season. Excellent with his glove in the field. Couldn't be more happy with how he's turning out for us. And we have him for free for another year after this. 26 bags. Excellent season. Diber was very solid. He slowed down towards the end because of this injury. But, 22 homers, 22 bags, 2 WAR season. Really fine. Like, we're A-okay with that. Definitely a guy that's very good to have in the back end here of the lineup. And then Mike Leinbach hit 280 this year. So the first-round pick in 2027. First full year starting, 810 OPS. What's not to like here? Struggled in center for sure, but really happy with how he hit. Harry Ford ended up winning the catching job. 101 OPS plus, 2 WAR because of his glove. He was really good this year. I can't be upset. Kind of wish we played him a bit more. But yeah, really good year from Harry. In terms of the guys who are on the bench, Chris Hart, 1.8 WAR season, 800 OPS in 90 games. So he was excellent, and he was doing great in his role of like him and Borafren playing every other day. Chris Hart's a guy who I'm wondering, like, could you play a little bit of center, Chris? I don't know that he could because that ZR is not great out in the corner. And we know Borafren can't and Dylan Cruz can't. So there is still an issue of like center field defense because I don't know that line box the guy there. But, I mean, it could be Rafaela even. Like, we could do Rafaela next year, or even in the postseason. Like, I want to make sure we maximize things. It could be Rafaela there, and then I don't know. I don't know what else because Linebach still needs to play. But he's got infield range. Not really. 50, yeah, not a second baseman. I don't know. I'm going on a tangent. Zaire Hope was fine as a backup. 14 bags, 8 homers. Antonacci also fine. Didn't really hit. 20 bags, though, from him. And then Hayashi really slowed down. I don't really know what happened to him. But he had a really bad second half after a really fine first half. But backup catcher, not going to complain too much. Starting pitcher, let's look at the ace before we look at anything else. Lee Rawson's hurt. Oh, okay. I didn't see this. Lee Rawson tore his rotator cuff. So, cool. Not very. He didn't have the best year, but that still blows for sure. Andrew Painter's out 3 weeks. He was the ace of the team. We kind of looked at him a lot. Led baseball in WAR and home runs per 9. Still has a chance to get the Cy Young. But his ERA was a 2.8, and then the final month happened, and he got hurt and all this and that. Not ideal. But Luzardo was an excellent number 2 for him. Luzardo was everything we'd hope he'd be with the contract we gave him, and he was even better than he was a year ago. Just the man. You have to be extremely happy with how he played. Brandon Sproat was also everything we'd hope he'd be when we traded for him. A 5-WAR season. We have a deadly 1-2-3 in our rotation. Sucks that we won't get the 1 out of that because of, the injury to Painter. Let's see how Bubba Chandler did for New York. He had a 3-WAR season too, so it was a win-win trade. And he was starting for him. So 3-WAR to 5-WAR, so I'd be a bit happier with what we got. And he's a captain. Joe DeFore made 4 major league starts, had a 12 K per 9, walked a little more than we expected. Walked a little more than we'd like, but it was kind of expected. Home runs was kind of an issue. Full faith in Joe. I hope he's there. It's very likely that he has a spot on the big league club for the playoffs. And Mike So had a very underrated season. Just fine. Just fine. Again, the control is a bit of an issue. We'll throw him in the lab for it. He'll be on the playoff roster as well, if I had to guess. Bullpen, Ben Blair was kind of the do-it-all man this year for us. He was in the bullpen and the rotation. He had a fine season. Not necessarily ideal, but when he was starting games, he did better. He had a bit of a home run issue, but Ben Blair, kind of an innings eater. O.P. Skinner, our first-round supplemental pick a year ago, struggled with the home runs a good amount. So, I'm looking at this and kind of wishing we made another bullpen trade. But I have faith in these guys. I really do. So, O.P. Skinner, rough year. Ronan Kopp, though, on the other hand, excellent. He's so good. The K per 9 is so good. And he limited that home run number that really kind of scarred him a year ago. And he put together a really excellent year for us. So, really happy with what Kopp did. Kirkering definitely bounced back this year. Struggled with the home runs early, but we moved him into more of a 1-inning role and not a multi-inning relief guy. And he did exactly what we'd hope he'd do. Not someone who we're looking to probably bring back. Just unlikely with the money he wants and the role that he has in our bullpen. But it's been an excellent tenure for Kirkering. Let's hope he can bring a ring in before he goes. Cade Smith was awesome for us. Did Cade Smith things, kind of what he was expected to do. Was better in Portland. I mean, we did move him into a stopper role, so it's a different job than he had in Portland. But still, these per 9s tell you he did just fine. Definitely a guy that we're going to rely upon pretty heavily in this postseason. Roki Sasaki, again, had a bit of a flare-up here. Yeah, struggled a little bit at times, but still someone we trust a good amount in the back end of this bullpen. Really good numbers again. Better than he was a year ago. So happy with how Sasaki played. And then Jack Dreyer was our best. He, lefty at the back end. Really walking a little more than you'd like, but that's okay. He was really good. 1.1 WAR. Not what he did a year ago, but still someone we trust and are going to rely upon once more. We're going to have to look to bring up another arm, I think think we'll have to. I don't know. We'll get to that in a moment. Let's look at the league leaders quick before we duck out. The Orioles won the East with the Blue Jays behind them. We're the lone team in the Central to make it. Actually, that's not true. It's tied between the A's and the Tigers, and it looks like the A's are going to get in. And the A's gave us some problems this year, so hopefully we don't have to play them. But Houston and Texas gets in. Washington and the Mets are in. The Pirates ended up winning the Central, so there you go. They surged heavy. Brewers and Cardinals are in. And the Dodgers are the lone team in the NL West. The Giants fell apart. League leaders, George Wolkow hit 51 homers for the White Sox. Really good year. Dylan Cruz is up here. Eugenio Suarez up here again. What a dude. He's definitely going to get to 600. Pena, we mentioned, won the batting title. Ellie De La Cruz second in WAR. Gunnar Henderson the only one ahead of him. I'm really hoping that Ellie did enough to maybe get that MVP, 50 bags, 7 WAR season. Team had 102 wins. Luzardo and Painter, or Sproat's up here. Painter's first in WAR. Luzardo wins an ERA near the top. Really great year. Crochet was really solid for New York. He, let's be real, has a good chance to win that Cy again. Had an issue with the homers. His WAR was down a good amount. So we'll see what happens there. National League Hanscom should win the MVP. Unbelievable season for him. Hit 360. Michael up there with him. Michael Bush trying to get his second MVP. Led the Cubs to not the playoffs, though. What else we got in the NL? Ryan Weathers was the ERA king. Jim Young around. Terry Acosta. Paul Skeens, pitcher war leader. Has 2 Cy Youngs, looking for a third. And he's led the Pirates to some excellence. So it's going to be a fun playoff. Let's look at it. We'll play the winner of Rangers Blue Jays. But yeah, the Twins are playing playoff baseball for the first time since 2022. Was that the year we went? Was that 2021? 2023. My bad. First time since 2023, and that was their first playoff win since this 2002 season, I believe, against the Moneyball A's, where they went to the ALCS and then inevitably lost. But yeah, first trip in almost 7 years. Hopefully we can cap it off. We're the best team, best record in baseball this year. We got to do something with it. Thank you guys for tuning in, and when we're back, we'll be back for playoff baseball in Minnesota. Thank you guys so much, and have a great day.